Young children are being increasingly exposed to sexual imagery and parents are largely powerless to stop it. A Home Office report also warns of a link between such imagery and violence towards females.
The report blames a daily bombardment of such material from TV, the internet and games consoles. Penny Marshall spoke to some young girls today to find out just how true it is and what can be done to stop it.
Beyonce.
Mimicking pop star Beyonce is playful fun, and this girl does it well. But does she, or can she, understand the moves and the music's motives?
They're at the time in their life when they're forming kind of all their values and attitudes. They're in the formative stages.
Oh my gosh, it's like the sexual revolution never happened. Now we've gone right back with, you know, magazines kind of saying who has the most nipple count and again, celebrating just this monolithic, vacant display of women, this objectification, which to sow the detriment of everything.
The report says boys are also damaged by seeing so much sexual material, which encourages them to be macho and dominant.
It's in the bedroom, on TV, all over the internet, and now sex is in the playground. The sexualisation of children has been brought into focus this week by a case in Brisbane of Year 1 and 2 boys caught assaulting female classmates.
This latest example shows us how children are acting out the scripts they're learning from pornography, from a hypersexualised culture. They're actually literally acting it out on other children.
I think what we're seeing is the gradual but progressive erosion of childhood. We have a protracted period now of adolescence and young adulthood, and starting at an earlier and earlier age and lasting longer. So it's really a very unusual situation. We're seeing children in primary school quite preoccupied with appearance, with defining their own self-worth in terms of adult sexual attractiveness.
Thanks, Nate. Well, people all across the country are talking about this story, and many are asking, how can a 10-year-old, first of all, get pregnant, and secondly, carry a baby all the way to term?
Do you think you're going to be a good dad?
Yes.
What do you have to do to be a good dad?
Just look after her, let her get to go trained. Look after her.
What will you do financially?
What's financially?
What will you do for money? You've got lots of support from your family.
Yeah.
Are you going to stay at school?
Yeah.
So you can get a good job to bring her up. Do you think that you're too young to have a baby?
I am, but...
Here we go. So I think the greater openness about discussing what relationships really are about and how they work, and to be open to answering questions of children, and to acknowledge their own sexual desires, and to deal with those in talking about sexuality as a language, and that as you learn how to talk and how to express your emotions, so you also learn about your sexuality, that you can do beautiful things with it, you can do mean things with it, you can do anything with it, you can communicate hatred, you can communicate love. And you have to learn how to use your sexuality as gracefully as you learn any of the languages that you speak. And the people who are now teaching children about appropriate touching, about saying that their bodies belong to themselves and that they can refuse, anything that feels to them invasive of their own privacy is a very important thing. But it's only part of the teaching. You don't want to teach them simply to say no. You have to teach them also that it's a delight to be intimate and to watch their evolving needs and desires in those ways.